What's up, IsaAcademy? Oh my goodness, I am so excited to be here with all of you today. And before we get started on how to really launch your 30-day action plan, can we just take a moment and reflect on how amazing the trainers have been this morning? I mean, Kathy's panel is always one of my favorites. And I think we all have probably had so many pages of notes and golden nuggets from Lindsay Winia and Zach Slobin, Tyler Walter. What an incredible morning of training. And so I have the privilege and honor today of really sharing with you how to plan the next 30 days. How can you really take all of this incredible training and this incredible knowledge and just get to work? That we are laser focused, that we accomplish the goals that we want, and that in 30 days from now, we are in a different place in our business than we are this morning. So I'd like to get started by first sharing with you what I call setting the tone. And what I mean by that is we have to decide what are some of the things that we're going to give up, right? What are some of the things that don't serve us, and what are the things that we can introduce? Another way of thinking about this is what are the distractions we have in our life, or maybe what are the habits that are holding us back from our dreams and our goals and our visions? And then what are the skill sets that we need to learn? Or what are the new disciplines, the new commitments, the new activities and rituals to really shift in a growth mindset? And we all have different distractions. We all have different things that can get in the way of our habits and rituals, but I'm going to go through a few of mine. So when I think about launching a 30-day game plan, one of the activities that I feel holds us all back is TV. You've often heard the saying, there's no BB in TV. So for some of you right now, when you're looking at your calendar, you're looking at your schedule, you have to be willing to give up shows on Hulu. You have to be willing to cancel things on Netflix that are taking away from time that you could be building this business. Many of us have fallen into the trap of gossip and drama. And think about how that affects your energy. Think about how that's a distraction from where you're going and the service that you want to have to others. Now, I want you to think about in the morning, who hits the snooze, right? Imagine if you just flew out of bed, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, the alarm clock went off and you just got up and you immediately took action. Think about how much time you could have if you weren't hitting the snooze. You know, that could be minutes, that could be hours in addition to your week. Many of us like Taco Tuesday, you know, when we come out of social quarantine and this social distancing, happy hour can be a distraction, right? Some of these short-term events which are keeping us from our long-term goals. I think we all have excuses, you know, that it's too hard or we're too busy or we're too tired, and to say, you know what, I'm laser focused and I'm diving in for the next 30 days. One of the big things for me is negative people. Like, your vibe attracts your tribe, and you want to be around people that are positive and uplifting and energetic and motivated. And negative people can hold you back. They can slow you down. And of course, social media. Not that we're not going to use this as an important tool of growing your business, but we don't want to be scrolling, just this mindless scrolling that can really not only be a time suck, but often can affect our mood. So then what are some of the things we can be doing? How can we shift our mindset? How can we shift our skill set to move us in the direction to launching this 30 days? And for me, one of the things I love to do and advocate my team to do is reading. You will find that the most successful entrepreneurs read. That could be even 5 or 10 pages a day, but what skill set do you need to learn? And whether it's on leadership or the business of the 21st century, that you're growing. I'm a huge fan of personal development. We all know that network marketing is personal development with a compensation plan. So blocking out time to get on a training call or listen to a podcast. And these don't necessarily have to be like in addition to, you can do it simultaneously with other activities. And what I mean by that is I shower and get ready every day. So I've got an amazing Bose speaker in my bathroom. And I listen to podcasts and training calls often when I'm getting ready so that I'm maximizing that time. In pre-social distancing with COVID-19, when I drove from meeting to meeting or coffee appointment, or when I was working from job to job, I would be listening to a training call, a podcast when I was in the car. You know, Jessica Rigner, who you heard from earlier today, I remember when she said she made her Honda in IsaAcademy University because we're growing and learning at the same time. If we're not snoozing, can we get up earlier? for many of us, we have the time, but we have to be a little bit more disciplined and say, for the next 30 days, I'm going to join the 5 a.m. club. I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be productive. We're going to absolutely implement some income producing activities, which I'm going to share with you next. I will tell you that I'm a huge fan of goal setting. There's a lot of research out there that will show that when you write something down, when it's in front of you, that you're focused on it, and you tell someone else, you have an accountability partner, the likelihood of it actually happening increases drastically. And if we're not going to be around negative people, what's the opposite? You want to be around people that are driven, people that are hungry, people that have a burning desire to really make an impact with this. And so who are your accountability partners? Who are the people you're checking in with? And make sure your family's on board. If you get off this IsaAcademy webinar and suddenly, you're reading more and you're not watching TV, your family's like, what's going on? They need to be behind you. So plug them in and have a goal, a reason, a why that you're focused on together. And the last little bit here in terms of setting the tone is using social media in a way that is productive, in a way that you can build relationships, in a way that you can add value to other people and make genuine connections to find the people that you align with. Find the people that are interested in building a network marketing business with you. Finding people that would love to use these products and not getting sucked into the drama and the mindless things that time suck all of us and keep us from reaching our goals. So I would like to dive in next to our income producing activity logs. And I'm going to begin by going through what I call the full-time version. For those of you that have, 5 to 10 hours or even less to build IsaGenics, I have a modified template, and these are available for you. They're on IsaGenicsBusiness.com. They are in the events page, in the IsaGenics business page. I know that corporate right now is going to have a link that you can download. So everybody will have these, but what you're seeing on the screen, we're going to do the full-time first. And then we'll show you how you can modify based on the time that you have to put in your business. Fortunately, because of all of the amazing trainers in IsaGenics, and we've all been able to learn and grow together, I've compiled what I've learned from Susan Sly with her 3x3 and from the versions of the Power Hour that are out there. And this is the log that I teach my team. And for people that are building this business full time, can you commit right now to doing this at least 5 days out of the week, right? It might not be a full 7, but to print this log off and fill it out a minimum of 5 days out of the week. And what you're going to see here in the beginning is the 3x3x3. Tracking your 3 new connections every single day, your 3 follow-ups, and your 3 acts of service. So when we talk about 3 new connections, that's not messaging like, hey, Sid, how are you? It's nice to catch up with you, right? This is 3 new connections where you've asked someone to take a look at IsaGenics. 3 new connections where you've invited them to a Wellness Wednesday. 3 new connections where you've sent Isa movie. So yes, we always want to be connecting and building relationships and friending people on social media or meeting people out and about in our communities. But the 3 new connections is when they have first taken a look at IsaGenics. Now, your follow-ups is for the people that said not now. So hypothetically, if last week I had reached out to Zach and said, hey, you are amazing and you're fun and you're driven and you're smart and you have a lot of the characteristics of the people that I love to align myself with. You remind me so much of the people on our team. Would you be open to taking a look at something I'm a part of? I think you would love it. And if you said, no, I'm really busy right now, Eden and I are working on another project. Thank you for reaching out to me, but I'm too busy right now. A couple weeks later, when I'm like, hey, I know that you were really busy a couple weeks ago and how important timing is. If now is a better time, I wanted to circle back to see if you'd be open to taking a look at what I'm a part of, right? That would be the follow-up. And then the acts of service. I truly believe that IsaGenics is so good at raising the vibration to others, being the light to others. And this act of service is just us showing up to provide greatness to the world, right? To be the energy that we want to attract. And this could be as simple as giving someone a compliment. Running into someone at a yoga class and being like, hey, you have the best smile. Like, I noticed that I felt better just watching you across the room. Thank you for making my yoga practice a little bit better today. It can be complimenting someone on a bag or shoes in line at a coffee shop. Take time to send notes to your team. Let them know that you value them shopping on your online wholesale store. Send notes to your business builders, how much you appreciate them. Buy coffee for someone, send flowers. It can be anything, but just tracking that you're doing something to make the planet a little bit better. Now, remind you, we're still on the full-time sheet. So this is 3 new connections, 3 new follow-ups, 3 acts of service every single day. When we get into social media, this is the light to our store. This is what people get to know us. They get to build a relationship with us offline. So we show up, online, offline, that we are exactly who we said we were going to be. And while we don't want to go isogenics, we have to be consistent with sharing what we're up to. So this is that you are tracking that you're posting 3 times a day, morning, afternoon, and night. Now, those don't all have to be isogenics. You can sometimes post in the morning of you using a shake. It could be something motivational. It could be something funny. During lunch, you can post an activity that you're doing or a recipe or an article that add value to people. You can mix in your transformation posts and your power posts, but just making sure that you're consistent so that when people are finally ready to lock arms and build this business or want to commit to one of our solutions, they know to reach out to you. I'm going to come back to the team building activities in just a moment, but on here, we also track personal development. So if you are doing this full time, if you are really trying to launch your business and you have big goals, listen to a minimum of 1 or 2 podcasts a day, read a minimum of 10 or 20 pages a day, but you have to go to work on yourself in order to really go to work on your business. The intention statement is something I learned from Peter Kelly and Eric Kruger back in 2013 when I first started. And it says, today I allow myself to attract people that are. And here's what we know, what we focus on, we find, or it finds us. So setting the tone in your intentions that you're just not trying to find everybody with a heartbeat and a pulse, but you're clear on the people you want to lock arms with. You're clear with your business builders. So I write out things like, today I allow myself to attract people that are competitive, that are hardworking, that are driven, that are self-motivated, that are fun, that love other people and have a burning desire to change the trajectory in their life. I'll write out, today I allow myself to attract in athletes, people that are credible, that have a burning desire to help other people, that they're looking for an additional stream of revenue, that they're competitive and they're caring. Today I allow myself to attract in moms that want to slip back into their pre-mom genes and feel amazing and want to have the ability to make income from home while having all the freedom to be home with their kids. So that you naturally attract these people into your business, or when you're out and about, you gravitate towards them and you see the people that exude the qualities that you want to attract. I truly believe that in order to have abundance, you have to realize that right now, enough is enough. And even though we are always chasing for more and we have a burning desire and hunger to reach the next level, that you practice gratitude, right? So if you're cycling 1 time a week right now, that's amazing. $54 a week, imagine what that raise would look like and a job at the end of the month. Maybe you're just getting started and you have gratitude that you've had a shift in your health and you want to share this with other people. I'm grateful for social media that we can connect with so many people. I'm grateful for Zoom that we can do these trainings together, but finding a place of gratitude, because your energy is going to shift and it will help you not take things personally when you're sharing isogenics and not everybody's open. And it will help you come from a place of excitement and joy when you reach to other people. And I mentioned in the setting the tone how important goal setting is, how important it is to really track what you want to do. And so I want you to spend some time after the IsaAcademy in being clear on what you want to do in the next 30 days. Okay, maybe you want to enroll 5 people. Maybe you want to enroll 15 people. Maybe your goal is to go manager. Maybe it is to go director. Maybe it's to go executive, 1-star, 2-star, 3-star. What is it? And what is it going to take to get there? And on this sheet, when we're writing out, like, what do you want to do weekly? This could be, I want to talk to 25 new people about isogenics. A goal this week is to enroll 2 people. A goal this week is to enroll 3 people, create 1 consultant and 1 manager. We all are at different levels of our business, but getting clear on what we have to do weekly in order to reach the goals monthly. And then after we've absolutely, totally kicked ass in this 30-day action plan, we do it again and we do it again. And so we set the tone by writing a bigger vision for what we want to do monthly and quarterly. So I told you I was going to come back to the team building activities. And I wanted to come back to this because often we spend so much time in management mode and training mode that we're not in income producing mode. And as Kathy Coover has taught us, 80% of our time has got to be on recruiting and enrolling. 80% of the time is telling the IsaAcademy story, right? Setting up three-way calls, doing ATMs, and getting people to take a look and bringing new people into the organization. However, 20% of the time, which can be personal growth or training, there's a lot that we need to be doing to develop our teams. And I honestly feel that when people track this, they're more successful. And so when I talk about launching our team, it's making sure people get into the ISA Body Challenge, that they download the ISA Life app, that we are doing the new associate interview with them, that we're getting their goals, that we are actually holding them accountable to auto ship or whatever that may be, that we're focusing on creating consultants. This is a apprenticeship business model. It's not a tell you business model, it's a show you. And so you've got to be talking to your customers and teaching you share, they share, and showing them how to post on social media, showing them how to set up a three-way call, really developing your people. And the biggest thing on here, if I could leave you with, is building towards events. This is one of the greatest income producing activities you can do in your business, and building towards events and building towards the next event. And this could be when you're asking people to take a look in your new connections, inviting them into a Wellness Wednesday. I mean, our team puts on the best presentations. It could be inviting them to a virtual Super Saturday, or maybe when our social distancing dissipates a little bit, we are going to have a social Super Saturday in person. You know, we're always building towards New Year's kickoff. We're building towards celebration. And even the celebration's virtual this year, that's an opportunity that it costs nobody anything and everybody should be at it. But we've got to be talking about it. And why is it so important for people to get corporate trained? Why is it so important to be trained by the top leaders in our company, and making sure that people are plugging in, that they feel our community, that they see the culture, that they learn the products, the compensation plan, and everything else, that we don't have the attrition that no one wants, and we have the retention that everybody does want. And so having this in the form that will help you is so important to really track that. So the part-time version, it's the same activities, but it's just minimized a little bit. So instead of 3 connections, 3 follow-ups, 3 acts of service, it's 1 connection, 1 follow-up, 1 active service. Or maybe you take the full-time form, but you say, I'm going to do it 2 or 3 times a week instead of 5 days a week. Either way, we're going to meet you where you're at, but we have created a system that we know have worked for many, many other IsaAcademy associates when you track it, when you do this, and when you don't see it as busy work, but you see it as a tool to hold you accountable to the activities that are going to get you paid and get your people paid, right? Because that's what this is all about. Like Lynn Hagedorn says, you got to get paid and you got to get your people paid. So you might write out 5 things of gratitude instead of 10. You might, write out a few less goals. You might only post on social media once a day instead of 3 times a day. But the idea is that you are consistently sharing the story, you are consistently following up, and you are laser focused in where you're going. So I'm going to leave you with a picture of a calendar. This system may work for you, it may not. Some of you want to be a little bit more detailed and down to the hour, down to the half an hour and when you're doing things. Some of you just want a time block in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening. But what we don't want you to do is just say, I'm going to do IsaAcademy today, because it's going to keep you in a place of getting ready to get ready. And rather, we would love to have you dialed in on what is it are you doing in the morning? What is it you're doing in the afternoon? What is it that you are doing in the evening? So maybe in the morning, you're going to listen to your podcast and you're going to post on social media. Maybe on your lunch hours, when you reach out to 3 new people and you follow up with 3 new people. Maybe later on in the evening is when you do some gratitude for the day and you're able to do your acts of service. You decide what works best for you. Everybody does this differently, but we want you to get clear. Schedule your appointments, schedule your 3-way calls, schedule your follow-ups, whatever that looks like, in order to make sure that it works for you, but that you are consistent. So hopefully between having a calendar and really time blocking and then getting very clear with what are the income producing activities. When are you reaching out to these 3 new people? When are you spending time with your current customers to build to the next event, to teach them about all the tools IsaAcademy has? You know, when are you going to build to the next event? When are you doing personal development? If you can combine these 2 trackers of your activities and then time blocking, we know that this is just the proven platform to really launch your business for the next 30 days. And so I'm going to leave you right now with a call to action. We're going to put 2 minutes on the clock, and I want you to just get focused. Like, take action right now. Borrow my energy, borrow the energy of everybody who's dialed in, who's watching IsaAcademy today, and say, in the next 2 minutes, I'm going to reach out to 1 new person. I'm going to follow up with 1 new person. I'm going to pour love into 1 new person. And what is 1 thing you're grateful for? So in the next 2 minutes, let's just get to work. Take the skill set that you learned from Lindsay and Zach and connect with someone. Take the skill set that you learned from the Walter family on what do you present when you're following up with someone. And absolutely, like, just let someone know right now how amazing they are in your life, what a badass they are, and feel the gratitude, because I'm grateful for all of you. I'm grateful for these products. I'm grateful for our company, and I cannot wait to see where we all are in the next 30 days. Thank you guys for joining me today.